Today is day 6 for my Bonne Maman advent calendar. Here is door number 6 on the bottom of the calendar. Let's see what's inside. Counter cooking. No kitchen, no problem. It says comfort and joy. And we have grapefruit dragon fruit spread. This flavor was in last year's calendar, and I made an almond butter crepe to go with this. This is what it looks like, and I'm going to taste it again to refresh my memory. It's really nice. It's very light and citrusy. Today I want to make a citrusy black bean soup in my Dash mini rice cooker. The first time I ever made black bean soup, it was a recipe that had orange juice and oranges in it, and it was really, really good. Unfortunately, I no longer have that recipe, but I'm thinking that the citrusy flavors in today's fruit spread could work well in a black bean soup. So this is going to be an experiment. I've never made this before. I'm just kind of coming up with this on the fly, and we'll see what happens. I have 1/3 cup of a chopped sweet white onion. I'm going to add this to the pot. The thing that's going to be tricky about this rice cooker is that I can't saute in it because it's like not heavy enough to turn on. Well, actually, if I put something heavy over the top of it to hold it down, then it might be able to saute. Like right now it's on cook. I'm going to leave it there and continue with my vegetables. I'm adding 1/3 cup of chopped carrots. Now with the carrots and the onions in the pot, it is heavy enough to stay on cook and not click off to warm. Now I'm adding 1/3 cup of chopped celery. As you can see, this pot is filling up quite a bit, so I'm hoping this will cook down. I'm adding 1/3 cup of chopped red bell pepper, and I could actually hear the vegetables cooking. I don't know if you could hear that, but they're like sizzling. It smells really good. Like I'm smelling the onions starting to cook. These vegetables should cook down at least a little bit. I'm gonna leave this on cook and I'm gonna check it, and if it turns off to warm, then I'll be back. It's been 10 minutes now, and the vegetables in this pot smell so good. It has not clicked off to warm yet, so let's open it up and give it a stir. So the vegetables have started to cook down, and because it's covered, they are releasing some of their liquid, so that's why it hasn't clicked off yet. So that is very good. I'm just going to cover this. And I'm going to let it cook another 10 minutes and we'll see what happens. It's been another 10 minutes and the vegetables are actually looking like they're starting to brown on the bottom, which is a bit surprising. But these are really cooking nicely, so they're actually at a point where I'm going to add the black beans. I have a can of black beans which I have drained and rinsed. It's always a good idea to rinse canned beans until you don't see any bubbles anymore. They're a lot easier to digest. So let's add the beans. I'm going to stir these in. If I had some fresh garlic, I would add fresh garlic, but right now I'm just going to add a bunch of garlic powder. I didn't really measure that. Maybe that was like 1/4 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon, I don't know. I also added some black pepper. I'm adding like 1/4 teaspoon of cumin. Actually, I'm going to double that. I'm going to add 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Let's start adding water. So there's 1/3 cup of water. There's 2/3 cup of water, and this is like full. It smells really good. I'm going to cover this and let it continue to cook for about another 20 minutes. I basically just want to keep cooking this until all of the vegetables are soft and all of the flavors are nicely combined. It's been 20 minutes and this soup is really boiling away here, which is good. It smells really, really good. So I just want to give it a stir. I'm going to add a pinch of salt. I'm using some Celtic sea salt, which is coarse ground, so those will dissolve. Stir those in. I'm just going to add a little bit more water. That might have been 1 or 2 tablespoons. And then let's close that, and then let's cook this for another 20 minutes. It's been another 20 minutes, so a total of 40. Let's open this up. This looks really good. And I've been saving the fruit spread to put in at the end because that's how I remember making the other soup. I remember the citrus going in almost last. So right now I'm adding the grapefruit dragon fruit spread. I'm going to add the whole thing. Let's stir that in. And that should add a nice touch of sweetness to the soup and also a bit of citrus flavor. And it looks like it's almost done. I just really want the flavors to combine really well. All right, so let me give this a little bit of a taste. That's really good. I'm going to add a few more pinches of salt and just a little bit more water just to top it up because some of the water has been evaporating while it's been cooking. Then I'm going to cover it and cook it for another 10 minutes to let the flavors combine now that I've added the fruit spread. So that'll bring it to a full 60 minutes, a full hour of cooking. It's been another 10 minutes and I am going to say this is done. Starting to splatter. I'm going to unplug it and I'm going to taste it one more time before I serve it. All of the vegetables are nice and soft. That's really good. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I want to add to this, but I don't think there is. You know what I'm going to add? I'm going to add just a tiny pinch of cayenne pepper. That's it, just a tiny pinch. Let me stir that in. This just made 2 very nice size bowls of black bean soup. And this would be wonderful paired with some crusty bread. Now let's give it a real taste. That is delicious. Obviously you can add as much salt and pepper as you like, whatever suits your taste. This is so nicely balanced with the sweet yet slightly tangy citrusy fruit spread, and then the earthy cumin and black beans, and of course all of the vegetables just add so much flavor. And because we cooked it about an hour and added so many ingredients to that little mini rice cooker, it is really, really flavorful. I am definitely going to be enjoying this, and so that is what I did with my grapefruit dragon fruit Bonne Maman fruit spread today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel to see what else we can make with the fruit spreads from this Bonne Maman Advent calendar. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.